Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl on the board again. Okay, so today friends, we are going to be looking at another thing in understanding accounting as usual. Okay, so I'm called Ako Yvette. If this is your first time watching my videos, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Okay, my channel is meant in giving knowledge in accounting, other subjects, as well as leading advice to secondary school students out there. Actually, it's been long we gave advice to secondary school students out there, but I'm sure school is starting soon. Yeah, so I will be doing a video. Okay, so for now we want to look at something as far as asset is concerned. We have already talked about assets. We have classified asset. If you follow my previous videos, if you haven't watched the previous video, please, I would like you to go and watch, because you're missing out. Okay, we have already talked about asset. We have classified asset already, and this is the last point. Yeah, this is just the bus stop for assets today, because in the next video we are going to be looking at liabilities. All right, so but I think this bus stop where we are, it's very important. Okay, so what we are going to be talking about today, it's very important. We are going to be talking about the importance of knowing the total amount of assets a company has. Yes, it is important to know the total amount of assets a company has. Okay, but before I continue, I want to say my subscribers, thank you guys so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Okay, please don't forget to leave me a comment at the comment section. Thank you so much. And don't forget to hit that like button if you love my videos, and please subscribe to my channel and share my videos to as many people as possible. Okay friends, so we are going to be talking about the importance of knowing the total amount of assets in a company. Is it important? Yes, it is very important to know the total amount of assets you have in a company. Okay, I believe we have understood already what asset is. If you haven't understood, you just need to go back and watch the previous video so you can get more understanding. All right, so we have already defined what asset is, classified asset, and today we are talking about the importance of knowing the total amount of assets a company has. All right, so assets are items of value. Okay, assets are items that add value to the company, creates value for the company. So it's always very good for you to know the total amount of assets you have, because these assets are what generates revenue in the company. So it's important because, okay, take for instance the case of where we talked about asset based on its usage, and we are talking about the operating assets, as they are assets that are used in the running of the day-to-day activities of the business in order to generate daily revenue. Now imagine not knowing the amount of assets you have, or let's say the amount of the operating asset you have. It doesn't sound right. Why? Because these are assets you are aware that they help in the running of the day-to-day activities of the business, and such assets is used to generate daily revenue. So how come you don't know about the total amount of operating asset? I'm just saying it's good to know. You're supposed to, of course, know the total amount of asset you have, but I'm just saying that if the worst comes to the worst, you should actually know the total amount of operating asset you have. Why? Because these are assets we all understand that they are being used in the day-to-day running of the business in order to generate revenue, daily revenue. So there is no way operation can go on, there is no way production can go on if these assets are not available, because these are the assets we use in order to run the business daily and then generate daily revenue. So it's very important. We should see here that it's very important for you to know the total amount of asset you have, so you don't get stranded, and when something gets bad, or when production is about to start and these things you don't have, or you forgot that it got bad, all those kind of mistakes is not good at all. You need to know the total amount of asset you have in your company at every point in time in the company, because those are the things that helps add value to your company. Those are the things that help you to generate future benefits, or to generate revenue for the company. So you need to be aware, you need to be conscious, you need to be conscious of the total amount of assets you have in a company. Now thirdly, assets are used to facilitate the running of the day-to-day business activities. So there's no way you can actually run a business. I don't think you run a business without assets. Like Somebody can say, okay, I'll rent, I might need a machine for something, and I'll just go out there and rent it. But let me tell you, if you're a big company and you're operating, you need to always, there's some certain things you need to have. All right, like machines you need to have. All right, because there are times that you will need to make production, okay, to carry out production, and it's something urgent. But now the fact that you don't have your own stuff, you don't have your own machines, and now you're rushing out there to maybe get it, okay, bring it and use it, and all of a sudden you go there to that company and they say, oh, somebody just from taking it, oh, better still, the machine is bad, oh, the company is not open today. Oh my god, it's going to slow down production, seriously, because you depended so much on this other company. You depended on getting their machine, paying them, and then come use the machine, give it back. But whereas if it's something you have, it's at your disposal, you use it at any time, and if you get bad, it will be easier for you to make out time and fix the machine. So it's very, very important for you to be aware of the total amount of assets you have in a company, because these are things that help you to generate revenue for that company. So you should be conscious of the total amount of assets you have in your company, and this helps you as well to know the amount you have in your company that is tied to assets. Remember that assets of the company are things that the company owns, which helps them to generate future revenue or economic benefits. So if you need to know, so whatever that belongs to you, these are something you can actually sell them. Okay, you can actually sell them or exchange them or use them to generate other revenues. So it is very important for you now to know that, okay, I have a machine, it's cost, let's say 1 million. Yeah, it's your money, though it's a machine, because you can actually sell that machine and that money is yours. So if you know the total amount of assets you have in your company, it helps you a lot to know the amount you have that is tight in assets of the company. Okay, and assets, knowing the total amount of assets is very, very important. It's important to creditors, it's important to government, it's important to shareholders of the company, because now the government needs to know the total amount of assets of your company in order to be sure that the property tax were reported correctly, and the creditors as well, they need to know the assets to liability proportion, because imagine you owing more than you own. Does that make any sense? It's like you're going bankrupt already. Okay, so you can actually owe more than what you have, because if something happens, then maybe if you use that company like a collateral security, or you use it or to get a loan or something, and you're actually owing more than what you have, it means you're gone, because something happens, they come get the company, get everything, kick everybody out of the company. It doesn't sound right. Okay, so you need to always know the total amount of assets you have, so that when you're going out there for liabilities, liabilities are money that the company owe outsiders. So even if you want to borrow more, take a loan out there or something, you should be aware that you have assets that can cover up in case of possible defaults. In case of possible default, it will be easier for you to cover up, because you know the total amount of assets you have. So it is very, very important to creditors, because you don't just owe money. You don't just go out there and borrow money without knowing how much you have at hand. You need to know the total amount of assets you have, so that you should know the proportion of assets to liability. Okay, and it's very, very important to the shareholders. Knowing the total amount of assets you have in a company as well is important to shareholders, because it helps them to know how their equity are to be distributed. Yes, so that's just it about knowing the total amount of assets. So it's very, very important for a company to know the total amount of asset it has. Reason being that it helps you to be conscious of the fact that, okay, I have this machine at this place, I have this machine at this place, I have this operating asset at this place, I have this stuff at this place, so that whenever production is to start, everything goes smoothly and there is no slowdown. Okay, or you're not disappointed or cause a setback in the company because you were not conscious enough to take out the total amount of assets you have in a company, knowing perfectly well that these are things that help you to generate revenue for the company. So it's very, very important, guys, to know the total amount of assets you have in your company, because it's important to shareholders, it's important to the government, it's important to creditors, and it is important for the good of the company. Because at times, when you know the total amount of assets you have, it makes you to especially if you have more assets, it makes you to be sure of the position of your company. At least you know you are working towards gain, you are working towards making a profit. Yes, you are very conscious. So please make sure you know the total amount of assets you have in your company before you go out there and start borrowing money or start taking loan. So you should not take more than what you have. If you take more than what you have, it's very, very dangerous, because your company can be, if anything happen, your company is gone, it's taken away from you. Because what you have, imagine having 1 million as asset, then you now borrow 15 million as liability. Oh my god, that is going to be, it's not really, it doesn't make the company healthy. Okay, so that is just all I have for today, guys. So I hope you have understood the reason why you need to know the total amount of assets you have in your company. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos. Please don't forget to state a comment at the comment section. Like my video. If you love my video, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, and please don't forget to share and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys, and have a blessed day.